one part of the article is simply about about whether he really got rich on his own efforts or on his dad's back. And obviously, that's not a legal issue. That's just about how he's presented himself and what we think of him. The second issue is that if someone committed criminal tax fraud and was aggressively and actively doing so and was involved in it centrally, as the Times maintains, that tells you a lot about that person. Yesterday, and I just kind of skimmed it. I saw what it was about, and then committing outright fraud, having 95% valuation errors and inconsistent valuations within months of each other, and setting up sham transactions with paper corporations that make payments that are not at all what they purport to be. That's kind of beyond what the very wealthy do. The IRS is busy, it's understaffed. It's even more understaffed now than it was back when this stuff was happening. You're an auditor, you have to decide what raises a red flag for you, what should you challenge, and what sort of work and research do you do to challenge it, given that you have 40 hours probably in your work week and a lot on your plate. You're looking for red flags and for things that look dubious, so this may not have raised red flags. There's, although you can't go to jail for tax fraud once the statute of limitations is passed, the returns are open. So what I believe is the case, though I'm not 100% sure, is say that Fred Trump filed a tax return in 1990 that it has criminal tax fraud on the estate and gift tax, the gift tax. That would mean that the IRS can reopen it, can challenge it on the merits, and can also assert penalties. Now, Fred Trump is not alive anymore. The part I believe to be true, but I'm not 100% sure, is that they can then collect the money from the people who inherited the estate or got the gift without having to show criminal behavior by them. One thing you'd have to ask is, Fred presumably had less taxable income because of these things. What did All County or the kids do to offset the extra tax liability, income tax liability? And I don't know. The Times doesn't seem to have any information about the income tax stuff. So